Hello, dear ones. Today, we will talk about 5 symptoms that often appear a year or less before death. These are key signs that show up before the passing of a dying person. Surely you have an elderly person in your family, maybe a grandmother or great-grandmother, who has been showing worrying symptoms or changes in the past year or less. It is very misleading that many people assume death happens quickly and suddenly, but the truth is that the body slowly begins sending various warning signals many months before death, before reaching the final stage of life. These are symptoms that, for many people, seem insignificant, and they pay no attention to them. But only later, after the person has passed, when we look back, we realize that certain signs were present for quite some time, but by then it is too late to do anything. Every symptom has its underlying cause, and we should pay attention to them instead of ignoring them. Sometimes we think they are simply signs of aging or that these changes are too minor to mention to a doctor. Unfortunately, these symptoms often signal a gradual dying process, and recognizing them early can allow us to provide better medical care for our loved ones. Make sure the last stage of your grandmother's or grandfather's life is filled with comfort, peace, and dignity. So listen carefully to understand what is happening to their body so you won't be shocked by a sudden death of a loved one. 1. Significant weight loss. This is one of the earliest signs that a person may be approaching their final year of life. Clothes suddenly seem too big, belts need tightening, or appetite begins to disappear. Many older people simply don't feel hunger as they used to, and eating no longer brings them pleasure. Sometimes they even forget they need to eat. People often think this is typical for old age, that it's just part of aging, eating less or in very small portions. But unfortunately, it often means the body is no longer absorbing nutrients properly. Muscle mass then decreases, leading to muscle loss. Other systems slow down, and the body struggles to digest food, especially protein, which further accelerates muscle wasting. The body begins shutting down and no longer signals the brain to seek food. As a result, there is loss of strength, less energy, impaired movement, and increased risk of falls. The immune system also weakens, making seniors more vulnerable to infections and general health decline. Hidden chronic diseases may be at play too: cancer, heart failure, or kidney disease, which can show signs long before death. Many elderly people suffer from depression and cognitive decline, which may be linked to other illnesses. Loving families often buy protein shakes, cook favorite meals, and encourage eating more. But if weight loss continues despite these efforts, it is a sign the body is preparing for a change. Forcing someone to eat won't help. Instead, focus on preparing simple meals, ensuring comfort, and keeping them hydrated. 2. Weakness and extreme fatigue. This is closely connected with reduced appetite and insufficient nutrition. Persistent exhaustion occurs, sometimes not even relieved by rest. The elderly person feels deeply drained, and even simple tasks seem overwhelming. Walking across a room may require great effort, let alone getting out of bed. Daily routines, dressing, talking, cooking, become exhausting. The body reacts by conserving energy as organs begin to slow down. The body prioritizes only the most vital functions. The heart pumps less efficiently, circulation weakens, oxygen levels drop. The person feels weaker, unstable, and unable to maintain their former activity. Metabolism slows down, leading to less energy. They begin sleeping more, needing frequent naps, often dozing off in a chair. This can be very painful for families to witness, as their once active loved one becomes withdrawn and exhausted. But forcing activity does not help. The most important thing is to understand what causes these changes, respect their limitations, and allow rest when needed. If you notice persistent fatigue not relieved by sleep, treat it as a sign the body is undergoing changes. Encourage gentle conversation, music, or peaceful surroundings so they feel loved and understood. 3. Cognitive changes and dementia-like symptoms. Older people often experience confusion and gradually withdraw from life. Thinking, communication, and social interaction decline. Someone who was once sharp and engaged may begin forgetting things, struggle to follow conversations, and seem disoriented, even in their own home. They may repeat themselves, forget names, or lose track of time. They may fail to recognize people they once knew well. These are cognitive changes that can appear long before death. The brain, like any organ, needs constant oxygen and nutrients. If circulation weakens and oxygen supply drops, brain function worsens. Sometimes brief moments of clarity are followed by renewed confusion. Emotionally, they may withdraw, losing interest in socializing, preferring silence. Even conversations with loved ones become exhausting. Loud environments feel unbearable. Mood changes occur. They become irritable, restless, frustrated, detached, indifferent. This is the brain's response to the body's decline. They may no longer express emotions or react appropriately. What can be done? Be gentle, reassure them they are safe, and surround them with love. If you notice memory loss or disorientation in an elderly family member, don't ignore it. Take them to a doctor as it signals serious changes. 4. Weakened immune system. Frequent infections and slow wound healing are signs of a weakened immune system. Seniors who rarely got sick may now catch every infection: colds, flu, pneumonia, urinary tract infections, skin and mouth infections, and take much longer to recover. Small cuts or bruises heal very slowly. The body no longer defends or repairs itself effectively. Medications are less effective, stronger drugs are needed, and recovery periods lengthen. This happens because circulation slows, organs weaken, and oxygen and nutrients reach tissues much slower. Families should watch for wounds, bruises, or sores that don't heal, as these are clear signs of impaired circulation. Bedridden individuals are at risk of bed sores, which can become serious infections. Sometimes sudden mental changes, such as confusion, may be early warning signs of infection, even before physical symptoms appear. Recognizing these changes early is crucial. Families often push for another round of antibiotics, hoping it will help, but it may not. So instead, focus on proper nutrition, hydration, and keeping the skin clean. 5. Changes in circulation and breathing. Finally, as the body prepares for life's last stage, changes in circulation and breathing become very noticeable. Breaths become shallow, slow, sometimes irregular, or interrupted by pauses, apnea. Breathing may alternate between rapid and deep, then stopping altogether for moments. Cold hands and feet, bluish or pale skin, especially in fingers, signal poor circulation. The body directs blood to vital organs, reducing flow to limbs. The heart no longer pumps as before, leading to shortness of breath even with minimal activity, talking, sitting, or changing position. They may prefer breathing through the mouth to get more air, struggle to walk to the bathroom, or experience fluid buildup in the lungs, causing coughing and chest tightness. Many cannot lie flat and prefer sleeping propped on pillows. The good news: family members can help by keeping the room cool, using a humidifier, or offering small sips of water to ease discomfort. Medication can sometimes help, but comfort is just as important. If you see these changes, it means circulation is slowing and the body is conserving energy. Provide a calm, safe environment, as these may be the person's final weeks of life. Comfort, dignity, and knowing they are not alone matter most. That's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. I'm really glad you're here with me, and I can't wait to see you in the next episodes. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and hit that thumbs up. Take care and have a great day.
I just quit my job to make videos for you. Please subscribe.